Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Bilco. This is their part number RPRS752GP. This is a replacement track that is used for their guide arm assembly. So they have a series of heavy-duty arms, hold open arms, a series of heavy-duty guide arms and tracks. A hold open arm is going to be literally that. It will have an arm mounted to the sidewall and a track on the lid so that when you lift the lid up, you've got a handle there, and it will hold it in that position as well. Well, a guide arm is the same thing, except that there's no handle. It's just a T feature that will ride along in the track. Okay? You would use a guide arm when you have an unusually large, long, or wide roof hatch because this client happened to have about a 12-foot long roof hatch. Well, they had a hold open arm on one side, but they really needed that guide arm on the other side to prevent the lid from twisting under its own weight. So a guide arm is going to be very commonly used in those applications. They have two series of their heavy-duty guide arms. One's a 24-inch and the other's a 30-inch. This is the 24-inch model. Now this track is not 24-inch. It is made of steel with a zinc dichromate finish on it. The guide arm would prove to be 24-inch from the center line of the T guide to the elbow of where it mounts to the sidewall, but the tracks are always shorter. It's just a fundamental aspect of the physics of the opening. 19 inches the overall length. Overall width of the track is about 2 1/4. Overall projection, we can gauge that on the camera at about 2 1/8. Okay. Holes are going to be here, and this video is really to serve as visual and dimensional evidence of the item in case you're looking at an item and you can't identify it. Well, hopefully you've stumbled across this. That first hole is at about 7/8. The next hole is at about 6 5/8. The third at about 12 3/8, and then lastly right at about 18 1/8. Okay, those mounting holes. So the visual and dimensional evidence of the item is intended to help you determine if it's the correct item for your application. The world of roof hatches in Bilco is a world of not knowing what goes on what roof hatch or vault door or any of the items that they make. They're terrazzo style doors. They don't proactively publish a listing of all their parts. And over time, we've accumulated many part numbers and evidence of what those are with descriptions. And understandably so, Bilco is a manufacturer of roof hatches. And I can certainly understand the emphasis not being on publishing this data. So there's going to be a lot of guesswork usually involved, especially when it's something that's not in our website. What we like to do in that case, because Bilco is very willing to help solve the problem, what solves the problem if you're looking for something and you just simply can't identify it are photographs, not only of the item itself, but the entire roof hatch, along with any and all information on the sidewall, the name, and most importantly, if there is, a serial number. If you're able to get the serial number, we can request the bill of material from the manufacturer, and then they'll tell us, this is the track that we've used on that unit. This is what you need to order. So a serial number will always allow us to, beyond doubt, identify the part that you need, and we would recommend that you do that sort of work if you can. In the absence of having that, because serial numbers get pulled off over time, the decals come off, they're lost, no idea. It's obviously Bilco, but no idea. And then photographs will sometimes allow us to get very close of knowing what it is, but also tell us the dimensions, because it's difficult to tell the difference between a 10-foot custom length hatch and a 12-foot hatch. So tell us those dimensions as well. Okay. There is a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Bilco products we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. This, by the way, weighs about 3.5 pounds. just for your information. Any questions on the Bilco RPRS752GP guide arm track, which goes onto the lid, or any other Bilco product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.